Hi, YouTube. There probably will be a little bit of noise. I just closed my door to make a video, but so there would be more peace. But anyway, um, I've been thinking about, well, a few things, quite a few things actually. But I was over on Lady Babylon and I wrote in the comment section that I had questions like his beliefs on whether Satan is male or female or a combination of them both, or like I want to know, does he believe that Satan is the lowest personification, the lowest vibration that is capable of darkness that there is, or what? I just wanted to know. See, for me personally, I will not praise that energy on this plane of existence. Um, my if I went dark, there'd be no going back. You know what I'm saying? So, because my badass nature isn't a show. I'm not faking it. You know, I mean, my personality is hunting demons. Not just like meeting somebody and not liking them. No, I hear their vibration and I hunt them. You know, I'm talking about the people, the humans on this on this earth that embody demonic forces of darkness. Those are the people I aim at. And when this whole world rises together, when we rise as one against the darkness in our lives, no matter where we encounter it, I mean, just walking into a room, if you're carrying true light, is going to make everything waver. The frequency of you. Um, when I was being too kind in my life, I used to let people draw off of my energy and not think anything of it. But it's not free. And I gave people a chance. That's all it was. I wasn't naive. I wasn't stupid in any way. I just gave people a certain amount of time. I told myself when I get sick of this, that's it. And that's where I'm at. Well, listen, I've been trying to explain this to people forever. I did not just wake up. I was born for this war. I'm serious. I mean, I know I'm really hated in a lot of ways because I've had people actually try to kill me and it did not work out for them. To me, that's humorous. I don't think it's funny that actual human beings were used to go against anybody, whether it's me or somebody else. I don't find that shit funny at all, you know? But it is open hunting season on dark forces, you know? For the record, just so people know, nothing's free. See, now when Satan wanted to get in my head, he had a problem. So I don't know how anybody else operates, but that's how I operate. You don't violate my personal space. and think that you're just going to get away with it. It does not work like that with me. Nobody does nothing to me and gets away with it. They never have, you know, one way or another. I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you, one way or another. Good song by Blondie. Oh, yeah, but being that it's Beltane and you got a lot of fruit cakes out there, I mean, it's one thing to celebrate springtime and harvest, or I mean, and planting festivals and the moon and all that. It's a lovely um, part of our planet, part of the biology. No, it's wonderful. It's just like human beings in the springtime of their lives, what a glorious time to be alive when you're young and adventurous and, all being stupid or whatever. Every youngster has that right. If somebody tries to guilt trip you with anything, you know what I think about that, I'm pretty sure, right? Because in somewhere along the line, if it wasn't your environment or the food you were eating or conditioning through schools and churches or whatever, the combination of everything that they would try to make you to set you back, they didn't set me back. They'd stunt me, you know. And even if I cried and I appeared to be weak, I was fumigating underneath and planning. I started planning stuff when I was super young. I'd go into the lodges and see they do these installation things where they ritualistically ritualistically install people into different positions within their lodges and their weird shit that they do. And I'd sit there planning their demise right in front of them. Some of them could hear me, some of them couldn't, but what are you going to do? You really can't prove it when you're talking about conversations in the ether. I mean, it's an absolutely real thing. Some of us are better at it than others, but you know, it's actual, actual real thing. This is just the long and the short of it. I'm not nobody's sacrifice or power source. And when anybody ever tries to use me, the usage and the power from that is going to at least double when I take it back. Because I'm the second something's done to me, you signed your death warrant in that respect, one way or another. And I just don't quit like that. I can't. It's not in me. My adrenaline, I just, whoo. Oh, Jabber, it's not even anger and it's not even wrath. It's an undescribable word. It doesn't come from the outside and it isn't a dark entity. It's something within you. you you know what I mean? Part of you. It's not separate. That's just okay. So like some people praise Satan. He's not the ultimate almighty creator. He's got a high position for a job, that's for damn sure. Don't get me wrong. But um well, I mean, yeah, everything in creation serves its purpose. But this is my belief, that it's part of the system for you to fall into that praise to be locked here for more time. That's my thoughts, because you're supposed to reach out, think a little bit bigger than just God or Satan. You know what I mean? Um, okay, Satan was cast into the earth, um, and that's within all people, and he can use your body and your thoughts physically. But there's something else in your blood that's on a higher level of understanding than what he has. He does not have the highest level of creation. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, you know? So I believe that it's a trap. It's just like me. I'm kind of like bait in a sense, because I can argue about scriptures with people all day long because they don't understand the words that are written in there. It's just like if I were to try and talk to Dr. Ullman and tell him I have the same understanding through languages and the etymology of words and the migration of those words derived to the same type of information. I don't know that anybody would really give up because they have degrees. Well, I was being too tormented to actually excel in a lot of places academically in the world, aside from what I could do on my own. And I had a lot of help and a lot of higher level minds that helped me. So, and I'm just going to say it like it is. I'm not like just kind of average. I'm like sort of different, you know. Anyway, so, and I always have been. I just didn't awaken to me, and I wasn't bestowed anything. And no, it's just me. Yeah. Anyway, I flashed on a Neil Diamond song. I am, I said. Goes, I am, said I, and no one even cared at all. Um, Not even a something, something. I'll look it up later, you know. I'm not feeling like that. I really don't give a shit like that. um, I meet people, and a lot of times they'll want to interact with me more than I want to interact with them. So, not to sound too desperate in my life, but I'm looking for super intelligent people, but they have to be compassionate. If they're not, they're worthless, period. You know? And you can't feign that. You can't fake it. It's a real thing. Now, passion, that can go dark. Compassionate doesn't. That's my biggest attribute, is my compassion. Or maybe not. Might just be that passion one. Yeah, I was feeling it this morning, so I'm gonna take a hit with you. Cheers. Yummy. Indica. I have some sativa too. That's on my, if I smoke it, it's later in the day, 'cause it kicks you back more. At least this I can get something done, you know, if I want to. So, but yeah, I was just thinking about the real energy that even Satan draws off of his boss. That's why I don't say hail Satan. I say hell no, because we're living in hell. Come on, people. You're not going anywhere. And if people feel like they're in hell, which I do, um, I'm not bowing to it. When you're when you're on a higher level of understanding, you don't bow to, I won't say lesser intelligence, but I will say um, areas of uneducation, you know, because, okay, for instance, I can't say definitively what it's like to be Satan. I can say definitively what it's like to be a woman. He can't, you know. But I also can say definitively that no matter what he's throwing at me, he still can't break me and he never will. I'll never can bow and I don't hail shit. So maybe it was made out of the afterbirth or something less. Hey, even afterbirth from cows, they used to put this stuff in this. Um, oh, I can't remember what it was called, but I had a brother-in-law and his wife that sold this stuff. It was a facial thing, and they were putting this afterbirth for the collagen on their face, and I'm like, dude, all you gotta do is the knuckles off a chicken. That's pure collagen. That's what they make. Um, I'll get it here in a second. Starts with a C. I'll tell you in a second. They dry them and grind them up, and it's used for like osteoarthritis and let me see. Maybe I'll remember it, but that's what it is. So, so all you got to do is actually take a bite of one when you're having chicken. If you take a leg and take that little piece off there and just gnaw, there's some that it's really hard. There's a little white spot. It's more like the cartilage, and then you'll get and there's a name for it too. But mm, I know I even got a bottle of some of it around here. Doug picked up some, and now I can't remember the name of it. Oh well. Anyway, what I'm telling you is the truth. And it's good for different kinds of ailments within you. But it gives you collagen, but it's also good for something else. And dang it, I might remember it here. That happens. Not because of age or my smoke. It's just whatever. You know, I think too, because I was trying to make a point on that energy and that witchcraft that people use, that our abilities are a natural thing, that you don't have to call on any source or do any certain dance or turn around 3 times, jump up and down with your amethyst and rose quartz, whatever. Um, even like with tarot cards. Why? When you can just get it out of the ether, it's yeah, we're all connected on this planet. If you think of your body individually having every cell from everybody else in it and the information, the codes from all our ancestors, whoa, right? Now just think that everybody's an individual soul, you know? That's where the separation is from the spirit world, from the flesh. It's all about the blood, how you activate it, what you activate within your blood using your mind. It's just like you can use your mind to redirect neurons and um, repair um, neurological damages within your head and other parts of your body too, using the technology within yourself. Sometimes I just like to see if somebody else were actually going to help me or give me any ideas on that technology and that science. But then I just wait and see how they're feeling inside as a human being when I can do it for myself anyway, you know. But I like to see who actually really cares, or if they feel like I do. Everybody's capable, and you should just have the openness within your mind to have that understanding, you know, for yourself. And you don't get that from Satan. And he doesn't get that technology from himself either, you know. I mean, it reminds me of another song, The Hand That Feeds. Ooh, who does that? 9 Inch Nails. Eee. Good band. Head like a hole, back as your soul. I'd rather die than give you control. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. For real, I'm in that mood today. When there's times like if uh the personification of Jesus, which you might as well call him Satan, um gets me in that mood, and then I just turn my music up, you know. Sometimes I drive him out of the house, but he could do the same in the shop with his system out there. But it just, now, if it's country music and I'm not in the mood, I even used to play in a country rock band, but two of them actually. One was more rock and roll, but, and then I played in orchestras and whatever with my flute, but I'm talking my guitar. But, yeah, I guess I get my moods. I still like country music, but and I never really loved it. It's okay. But some days if I hear that crying in my beer, my wife left me with a dirty sock or whatever, that type of thing, I'm like, and my dog doesn't even like me, I'm like, I just can't deal with this shit, you know? So, yeah. So anyway, I asked questions over on Lady Babylon that I have not gotten answers for. I think that's entirely rude. What? I don't suck hard enough? You know? Gotta suck up to the poobah. Fuck that. I asked some questions. I want some fucking answers. Not just for myself, but everybody. And we do have that right. If you're going to go into church, wouldn't you want to know if that preacher's righteous or not? Or what he's all about? What his beliefs are? If he's a prejudice, would you really want anything to do with him? If they wouldn't let like gays in a church, would you really want to go there? Not because I'm promoting that. It's because aren't they supposed to help people console their hearts? Wasn't that what the fuck they're there for? Or to tell them why psychologically I understand how that can come about in life because there's certain mechanisms that are instilled in people or their parents that this is a really actually a reality, you know? No, they don't fucking help people. They don't care. There's fucking Jesus freaks all over the place that could care less. It's just like, oh, you're that, so bye, you know? Now, if somebody's in your life and they're totally jacking your life around with their freaky ass shit, that's different. Then you personally can take care of that, you know. But I mean, as far as everybody's out there, I mean, when it involves the kids, I want your head off your body if it involves a child. But, and out in public, there's no reason. Hey, my heterosexual marriage was in my bedroom, not out in public. That's, it's called dignity. No matter what you're doing. Nobody needs to know, you know. It isn't on a need to know basis when we're talking about people's sexuality. It's nobody else's business, and we don't want to fucking know. I mean, we don't want the kids to fucking know either. Let them make their own decisions. Just like little people do wherever they are all over the planet without anybody else having to parade around and prove something to somebody. What's that going to do? You know, if we're going to have a party, let's have a party. If you want people taking off their clothes over on the north end in the woods, bye, motherfuckers. We're going to be over here dancing. They'll be dancing naked and we want our clothes on. Any big deal? Nope. We're going to shop at the same store, not. Hey, fuck. Why? Because we didn't push it down each other's throats. That's why. So who gives a fuck? Just like I used to listen to somebody that pretended they were so righteous, and I was trying to tell them the facts about that religion. And a real likable person, you know. Well, and somewhat. Okay, well, anyway, um, I had to stop watching them because no amount of my trying to. It's these people that are so ego driven, they can't learn from somebody else. They refuse. They'd rather have their heads split open because they didn't listen and be lying on the sidewalk than listen to an experienced teacher. You know? It's like, wow. Or what if I had a big flashy channel that would make my education more viable? You know? So these people, they'd rather go through their life experience than actually Here's something simple, one sentence that could change your life for the rest of your life, you know. Or how about if they're so stubborn that they'd rather do like 1,000-year sentence and still be stubborn and go through the same thing just to see themselves in the future, not groveling, but having a deeper understanding of the soul connection, not just the flesh connection. See, because the soul connection is siphoned on this planet. That's all they do. But with me, that's not free. That's the joke on everybody. I don't think that's funny either, by the way. And I even try to warn people, like I'm protected like that. Even people that their spirits have protected me have also harmed me because they knew they couldn't, and they wanted to see if they could take my, not fate, but um, there's another word for that, destiny. Like they thought they could take destiny away from people by traumatizing you or, um, whatever. you know, uh, like they're going to shock you into staying in that lower vibration so they have control over you, that type of thing. I am so uncontrollable. I'm the most wild thing you will ever meet in your life. Even wild animals fear me. Believe what you want. Or they love me. I can go out by a field of deer and call baby, baby, and they come to me, to my voice. I had one running down the road right at me. I had to say, whoa. He looked. He was just booking, too, down a dirt road. About 150 pounds. That would have hurt. I stepped over to the side and I put my hand up. I'm like, whoa, tripped me out. I raised a baby deer too. Her ears had gotten cut off in the combine. That all these vegetarians don't realize that the mother never would have took her back, and she would have died right there within a day or so. Probably that night with the cold, without her mom, when the field had been cut. So, thousands of animals die in one farm field. So, anyway. Well, I'm going to let it go at that. I just wanted to speak on the siphoning energy of the dark cabal and my reverence for um, creation, but not the praise of the teaching tool or the siphoning of energy. That doesn't come free because I'll make you pay for that. And I ask some fucking questions I want answers to. Anybody else feel like that about questioning what people think Satan is? Is it your bad ideas that you have when you're pissed off at somebody? Is that the ether that masterminds can draw off of? Or is it one individual? Yeah, good question, right? Yeah, you're a group. So, all right, everybody. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Have a good night or day wherever you're at.